Standard 2, Instructional Leadership. Our mission at Pine Valley is to empower and grow our students by providing a nurturing and safe environment, ensuring that students receive foundational skills and rigorous instruction while building students' social, emotional, and physical well-being. To achieve our mission, we will encourage the partnership and cooperation of our teachers and staff with that of our parents, families, and community. Pine Valley does just that, and our leadership truly believes in our mission. Mr. Kantorowitz, our principal, or better known as Mr. K, and Ms. James, our assistant principal, have been very involved in the community, and they make sure the community feels involved in our school. We consistently and constantly have parents on campus for events, and they are always welcome in the office to share compliments or concerns about what's happening at the school. Our leadership truly believes that involving the child, the parents, and the community is what's best for the student. How does the principal serve as an evaluator with learning as the focus? Mr. K, or Mr. Kantorowitz, gives us tools through his evaluations to push past boundaries by empowering us with professional development and professional courtesy to effectively do our jobs. Mr. K allows us to be the professional in the room by not telling us how to teach the content, rather how to manage the content itself. Mr. K has always been a large proponent of letting us know that we are the professionals when it comes to teaching the curriculum, and he is the professional helping us manage the content. This goes along with Standard 2. Mr. K challenges staff to reflect deeply on and define what knowledge, skills, and concepts are essential to the complete educational development of students. So he does challenge us to understand the content itself. He does challenge us to develop our skill to deliver the content in the best manner possible. How does the principal serve as a learning leader in faculty meetings? Mr. K constantly and consistently asks us questions about the programs that the county has introduced. Are they effective? How do they fit into our schedule? Are the programs targeting the standards that are tested by the state? How do we like it? How do the students like it? Etc. This is a big win for our school because we are asked quite often how things are going with the new programs. If the program has not changed and stayed for a couple of years, we talk about how is it progressing, how are test scores showing, is the program being effective, and then a big component, especially in 5th grade, is time management. Mr. K always asks us how the programs are fitting into our schedule, with 5th grade being a grade that tests math, reading, and science. There's not a lot of extra time in the day. So he always lets us kind of teach him how the curriculum and content works into our day and how effective it is. And this goes along with Standard 2, demonstrates knowledge of 21st century curriculum, instruction, and assessment by leading or participating in meetings with teachers and parents where these topics are discussed and or holding frequent formal or informal conversations with students, staff, and parents around these topics. So him being a learning leader in the meetings, it really goes along with that part of Standard 2, where he does participate in our meetings with the teachers, the instructional coaches, and he might discuss this with parents in those conferences as well. How does the principal conduct observations and feedback? Mr. K completes both formal and informal observations. The formal observations are done through NESIS with post-conferences where we discuss what was observed. We both give our insights, the teacher and the principal, and the thoughts on how things went in the lessons, and then he'll ask us what's going well, what's not going well, is there room for improvement? These are natural discussions where we feel like we are a partner rather than being, led through and how to do something. He lets us feel as though we're still the leader in the classroom and asks us how we can support, how he can support us. And sometimes he'll share experiences with him as a teacher from beforehand and how he handles certain situations if there's similarities. Mr. K and Ms. James both value all teachers in the building, which is very important. I discussed with them both the classroom teachers and then the specialist teachers, as we call them, who teach art, PE, library, music, and then we have computer labs. Miss James gave me a quote. It says, "As an administration team, we discuss the staff as a whole and how we are going to support them instructionally. Together, we create a matrix that includes every certified staff member and have a plan on how and when we will observe them throughout the year. It is important to make sure encore or specials teachers have a choice, a voice in their schedule and how they are going to support students throughout the year. Classroom teachers can forget that encore teachers are teachers too, and not just a break for them. They have a curriculum just like everyone else and appreciate the support from their admin staff." So I've learned through my recent internship as it started that it's important to make sure that every teacher or staff member feels valued. And Miss James and Mr. K do a great job in that leadership and making sure everyone feels valued and that all staff members have a voice and that they are progressing through their career and moving forward and feel valued in the school. This is another part of Standard 2. The leadership creates an environment of practice, distributive leadership, and teacher empowerment. This is really important because they do make the specials or encore teachers feel empowered in their job as well. And then I found an article by Sharif El-Mekki that discusses how to keep teachers happy. He discusses creating feedback loops, constantly having feedback with each other, teachers, leaders, open communication, how principals, assistant principals, leadership at the school gets out of the office, gets in the classrooms, meets them where they are, they're visible. Talk about prioritizing feedback for the whole leadership team. Make sure the feedback is equitable, it counts, and recognize that feedback is a product of diverse lived experiences. That one person's viewpoint on something might not be everyone's viewpoint on something. So making sure everyone's being heard, making sure everyone's feeling heard, they're feeling valued. And this goes back to Standard 2 of creating an environment of practice, distributive leadership, and teacher empowerment. It really is the job of the leader under instructional leadership to make sure that all stakeholders feel valued and heard.